Good, good to see you all. Let's have Manuela, will you lead us in the mandala offering, please?
Hier ist die wunderschöne Erde voller Weihrauchduft, bedeckt mit einem Blütenteppich. Der große Berg, die 4 Kontinente, sie tragen ein Schmuckstück aus Sonne und Mond. In meinem Geist mache ich daraus das Paradies eines Buddhas und bringe dir alles dar. Möge durch diese Tat jedes Lebewesen die reine Welt erfahren. Idam Guru Ratna Mandarakam Viryatayami.
Thank you. Let's have Katya. You can do the refuge in Spanish.
Tomo refugio en el Buda, en el Dharma y en la Sangha, hasta que complete la iluminación total por el bien de todos los seres y por el de la iluminación. Tomo refugio en el Buda, en el Dharma, en la Sangha, hasta que complete la iluminación por el mérito que hago en tomar estas clases que pueda alcanzar el bien por todos los seres. Tomo refugio en el Buda, en el Dharma, en la Sangha, para el mérito que hago al tomar estas clases que pueda yo alcanzar la iluminación y todos los seres también.
Thank you. Okay. Let's do some rejoicing. Let's start with Tatiana. What do you have to rejoice in today? Can you share rejoicing with us?
Sumati. Татьяна, да, у нас есть перевод, Шинар. Ты можешь говорить, включи микрофон.
Yeah.
Добрый вечер.
There we go. Do you have any rejoicing to do?
Можете порадоваться, поделиться радостью.
Все хорошо, я с вами. Я очень рада этому. Добрый
Oh,
вечер.
hello, good evening. All is well. I'm just happy to be here. That's my rejoicing for today.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're here. Hello, Shanar. Okay, Katya, what do you have to rejoice in?
Well, I want to rejoice that we are finishing this course all together, and I want to rejoice in the classmates that they are gonna teach us today, and I hope that they become a great teachers for the benefit of all living beings.
Good. Okay. And you have to include yourself in that, even though you managed to get out of having to answer a question. Okay, Manuela.
So I rejoice in my seeds that I found, thanks to you, dear Lama. I found Joanna, or I asked Joanna about this death meditation course, this small course, and she gave me the link. And now I really want to go through this course, and with the intention to really help others to overcome this pain of death. And yeah.
So do you want to set up a weekend teaching? Live teaching?
Joanna suggests that she can give a teaching she was submitted by Venerable Sarani to do this teaching, and I will check if there is a small group here in Germany who wants to attend this teaching. As far there is no group so far, I will attend, or I will go through the videos she sent me from you and from Gisela. So I would first do it by myself if there's no group in Germany coming together.
Okay, so I'm confused. You're going to ask my lovely wife to teach it?
No, Joanna get the permission from, or the agreement of, she asked Venerable Sarani if she can teach this course. And Venerable Sarani agreed that she can teach this course in Germany. So I want to make it possible to let Joanna teach that she can teach the course. Joanna. Sorry, my English.
Oh, okay, so you don't need either of us to teach it, in other words.
No, in other words, yes.
Okay. Well, if there's for some reason you want to bring us to Germany to teach it, that's always an option.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think about that. Yes, of
I'm
course.
kidding you. Joanna could teach it, but it's
Yes.
really very much worth taking. I think it gives me a great amount of comfort to know that I've dotted the I's and crossed the T's, so to speak, in my life. So good.
Yeah.
Okay. Svetlana, what do you have to rejoice in?
Yeah, hello, the Venerable Sumati. I'd like to rejoice in good concentration today. I had an urgent task which demanded lots of work of putting numbers in a correct way. And it was during several hours with maybe some small short breaks to energize myself. It was like after lunchtime till the evening, and even 1 more hour after the end of working day. So I rejoice in these efforts of concentration and dedicate to one-pointed concentration in meditation for everyone.
Very good. What kind of numbers were you crunching?
Oh, statistics, business analytics, statistics.
Okay. Okay. Lydia, what do you have to rejoice?
Hello, dear Lama Sumati. Hello, everyone. Today, I'm rejoicing that I have Abhidharma Kosha. It was my dream. It was the first book which I found in internet many years ago. Not many, 4 years maybe. But I was not sure that it's right translation. And to receive it from Geshe Michael with translation, Geshe Michael, it's very precious for me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's a little hard to read. The first time I read it and thought I understood a piece of information, this is before we had our ACI group started, and I came to our group, which had 6 people in it, and I was all prepared to share with them this nugget I understood from the Abhidharma Kosha, and none of my words made any sense. In the 24 hours that it had gone from my thinking I understood it to where I tried to teach it, I couldn't. So I'm so glad I was able to get you a copy of that. Nice. Okay. Daria, what do you have to rejoice
I rejoice. I think I have a lot of rejoice. We finished this course, but I finished last year this course, and I rejoice. I see Shinar. She is translating. I'm happy, and thanks to her. And I rejoice today. I saw woman. She talk on the telephone and say that her back hurt, and me too. My back hurt, and I think, okay, I said, let my back hurt, and but her hurt is stopped, and I did Tonglen.
Very good. Very good. Okay, Anna, what's you have to rejoice in?
Hello, dear Lama Sumati. Hello, everyone. I am glad the spring is coming. And some days ago, I mentioned that the sun is rising earlier. So the days became longer and more light, and also maybe it's like smell of the spring in the air. So I am happy that spring will be soon. That's my rejoicing for today. Thank you for
Okay.
possibility.
Well, my turn. I'm going to have a root canal done on one of my teeth on Monday, so I'm looking forward to that because it really hurts. I mean, I have a high tolerance for pain, but it's not hurting now, but it was hurting 2 days ago, throbbing. So that's the way it is. On a mundane basis, my printer was acting up and I had to get a new one. So I have a new printer that I set up I guess it was yesterday. That's working quite well. It's a nice printer. I gave away my older printer, which still works, but I was having trouble printing color images correctly. So I gave it to Carlos's son. So who's going to be using it mainly for black and white printing. So it was nice to give it away instead of throwing it out. What else? Oh, I fell a couple of days ago. So it'd been about 6 months since I'd fallen. So I'm okay. I got a sore butt, but I'm okay. I have to be more careful, if ever more careful now. So I'm being more careful. Okay, well, let's go to the final. I don't have in front of me who's starting it. So who's got number one? Okay, Lydia, fire away.
Okay, I will speak in Russian. I think it will be more quicker.
На русском будет так быстрее.
First question, первый вопрос. Укажите название исходного текста и комментария, которые мы будем использовать для изучения
Give the names
совершенства
of the root
терпения,
text
усердия
and
и
commentary
медитации.
we're going to
Автор и
use
дата
for our
жизни.
study of perfection of patience, effort, and meditation. Also their names of authors and give their dates.
Основной текст, который мы используем,
The main root text is Guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life.
автор мастер Васубандhu.
Author Master Vasubandhu.
700 год примерно нашей эры.
Approximately 700 AD.
И комментарий к нему — это отправной пункт для детей победоносных
And
Будд.
the commentary, the entry point for children of the victorious
Автор
Buddhas.
Gyaltsabje.
Author Gyaltsabje.
И даты жизни 1364-1432.
Years 1364 to 1432.
Right, maybe I misheard you, but Master Vasubandhu did not write the Guide to Bodhisattva's Way of Life. That was
Мастер Шантидева.
Shantideva.
Sal,
Master Shantideva.
да, Master
Of
Shantideva.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to question number 2. Who's got 2?
Я.
Okay.
Опишите основную проблему гнева, которую мы не можем видеть напрямую.
Describe the principal problem of anger that we cannot see directly.
Одно мгновение гнева
One instance of
направленного на
anger
Бодхисаттву
that is directed to the Bodhisattva
уничтожает ионы
destroys
добродетели, нами
thousands of
накопленные.
eons of good karma that we have previously
Нам
collected.
нужно быть очень осторожными,
We have to be very careful,
особенно потому, что мы не
es-
знаем,
especially
кто
because
в
we don't
нашем
know who is around
окружении
us.
является бодхисаттвой.
We really cannot know for sure who is around us are Bodhisattva or is
Not only
Bodhisattva.
that, if you've taken the Bodhisattva vows, you are a Bodhisattva, so you can't get mad at yourself. So there's always someone you have to worry about getting mad at, and that's yourself. Okay. Question number 3.
Yeah, it's mine. The question is, quote from memory the lines that describe the immediate cause of anger and the usefulness of this cause. So the quotation is, I'm not telling it from memory. If there is something you can do about it, why should you feel upset? And if there is nothing you can do about it, what use is being upset? For example, if there is something we can do about it, like I want to get enlightened, and if there is something I can do to get enlightened, then why should I be upset? Like I just can come to the class or do some good things, care about other people, so there is no need to be upset. And if there is nothing you can do about it, what use is being upset? Like I don't like samsara and I want to finish it as soon as possible. I don't want all this suffering and etc. But I can do nothing to stop it in a moment. So there is no need to be upset, because if I could do something, then I would do it. But if I can't do anything, if I can't do nothing to stop it, so then there is no reason to be upset, because it will plant other negative seeds.
Right. Very good. And that's an important thing. Either way, you're planting either very positive seeds by not getting upset, and if you can do something about it, that's a positive seed. So negative and positive seeds, you look for them everywhere. Okay, number 4.
Number 4, states the logic that supports the idea that we can develop patience even towards great sufferings. First, I have short questions. Oh, answer. There is no qualities of mind that does not come from habit, and there is no quality of mind that doesn't come easily if you make it a habit. For example, if I have habit in complain, I can stop this because it's from my mind.
Right. You develop the habit to complain. You can develop the habit not to complain. You can develop the habit to smoke. You can develop the habit not to smoke.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily easy, but there's a tool, there's a way to do it. And you just have to buckle down and do it. Okay, number 5.
Номер 5. Опишите пример, который использует мастер Шантидева, чтобы опровергнуть мысль о том, Шинар, do you? Ага. Шинар is translating in Russian channel. Опишите пример, который использует
Describe
мастер
the
Шантидева,
example
чтобы
that Master
опровергнуть мысль о
Shantideva
том,
uses
что
to
мы можем
refute the
сердиться на
idea
людей,
that we
которые
can be
наносят
angry
вред,
at
как будто
person
нарочно.
who harms us in a way which appears to be intentional.
И ответ такой. Мастер Шантидева приводит пример,
Master
основные
Shantideva's example,
элементы,
he's
из
talking
которых
about the
состоит наше
basic
тело,
elements that
желчь
consist
и
of our
другие.
body, bile and
И он говорит
everything else,
о
and
том,
he
что
mentions
они
that these elements,
не думают так, что сейчас мы выйдем из строя и навредим телу
they're not
человека.
elements, they don't think that we will fall out and we will make the
И
person
также
sick.
и люди, они
And the same
гневаются
with
не
people,
по своей воле,
they get angry
ими
not
управляет
because they
ментальное
wanted to,
обращение.
and they direct these
И
mental
никто не
afflictions,
просыпается с мыслью, пожалуй, я сегодня пойду
and nobody
злиться.
wakes up with the thought that, oh, I'll wake up today and I will get angry.
Oh, I bet you Sophie gets up in the morning sometimes thinking she's going to get upset. But yeah, it's mental afflictions are the agent that causes all these problems. We've got to get past our mental afflictions. Okay, number 6.
Назовите основные качества изначального и самосущего существа,
Name the principal qualities of the primal one and the self-existent
которых
being
верили в ранних
which were
необуддийских
believed
религиях
in
в Индии.
by early non-Buddhist religions in India.
Изначальное существо это тот, кто
The primal one, primal being is the one who created everything.
постоянно
It is
неизменно
being
и его самого
non-changing.
создал.
Non-changing, it is always there. It has been created by no one.
Самосущее существо,
Self-existent being,
оно в этом мире все испытывает своими щупальцами.
self-existent being is experiencing everything on
Но
his own.
единость, самость, оно не созданное, неизменное, вечное.
But it has not been, it is
Это
said to
мой
be
ответ.
uncreated,
Может, он не
it's
очень
been
верный,
unchanging.
но так я ответила в финальном экзамене.
It might not, this is my answer, it might not be correct, but that's the way I answered in my answers.
Oh, that's okay. They're said to be uncreated and thus unchanging. This is the key. They're uncreated. They say they're uncreated and unchanging, yet to be able to have cause and effects happen, it's impossible because cause and effect is a changing thing. So you can't have it both ways. So it's basically pointing out that the idea of a creator being, whether it be a self-existent being or the primal one, are impossible. Okay, number 7.
The question is, what method does Master Shantideva advise for avoiding anger towards those who harm our lamas and family relatives? So here the speech is about lamas and the family relatives. So it is supposed that people who are very precious to us, and when someone who hurts them, it feels quite natural to feel anger towards those people who hurt those people who are close and precious for us. But actually, we should remember that those people, they're just instruments of returning past karma. And even to our precious people, those people who are hurting them, they're just returning their past seeds, past karma. And what is could be more wiser, what could be wiser approach just to feel compassion and with such wisdom that they are instruments of returning karma, we can feel compassion and help our close ones to stop planting the similar seeds.
Right. It's you. If you're going to get angry at your karma to see their karma ripening the way it is. But getting angry at them doesn't solve the problem. One, they could be a bodhisattva. We don't want to do that. And two, it's your karma ripening to see this problem happen. It doesn't take the responsibility off of them, but it makes it you responsible, partially responsible for the problem, and what you can do to solve it. I shouldn't say partially. Your karma ripening is making the situation. Okay. Let's go to next question.
Question 8.
Yeah.
Give the reasoning that Master Shantideva states of demonstrate that we should cherish the opportunity which we get to practice the dharma when we meet irritating people. The more we practice, the less we encounter irritated people. And they are like jewels. And because they allow us to develop patience, compassion, and love. But sometimes my mind is very strange because, I have less irritated. I need more irritated people, and I don't know why do something at it's this, I don't like this. It's strange mind.
Well, the point is, when something happens that you don't like, see it as an opportunity to practice, to put into practice what you've been taught. So someone's irritating you. It's coming from you having irritated others. The surest way to get it to keep happening is to be irritated and share that irritation. So if you don't respond to irritation with anger or irritation, each time you don't do that, you're burning off seeds and not replanting them. And eventually they'll disappear from your life. But only if you don't reply in kind back to them. Okay. Question 9.
9. Приведите цитату, которая демонстрирует, почему мы должны уважать живых существ точно так, как самих Будд. Назовите Писание, источник, откуда эта цитата происходит.
Give the scriptural reference, the name of the scripture from which it comes, that demonstrates why we should respect living beings as we do the Buddhists themselves.
И цитата звучит следующим образом.
And the quote says, the field of living beings is a field of the Buddhists, and it is from this field of the Buddhas that we can reach the fine qualities of the Buddhas.
делать наоборот очень неправильно.
To do the opposite is very wrong.
И сутра называется «Великолепное собрание учений по
And the
Дхарме».
name of the sutra is the excellent collection of Dharma teachings.
Right. The field of living beings is the field of Buddhas. And it's from this field of the Buddhas we can reach the fine qualities of the Buddhas. To do the opposite is very wrong. So we don't know. We want to treat all beings as if they were the Buddha themselves, because that's the highest type of existence and type of behavior. And to do the opposite, to think, well, I don't want you to become a Buddha, is very, very wrong. Number 10.
Дайте краткое определение усердия, изложенное в исходном тексте мастера
Give the
Шантидева.
brief definition of effort stated in Master Shantideva's root text.
Что есть усердие? Радость при совершении добра.
What is effort? It is joy in doing good.
I just read a quote from Lama Zopa, and he said, if you do nothing else with your life, rejoice in the good quality of others, because it's a great way to collect vast amounts of merit. So never, don't kid yourself. When we do rejoicing practice, we are doing something very powerful. And that's why I like to start all of my classes with rejoicing. Joy in doing good. Just try really hard to approach life with joy. And I know it can be difficult with family members causing problems, things like that, but really look for the joy in everything around you. There'll be a lot of times there'll be very small things, but it's much more fun to look for the positive than the negative. So for instance, I like ice cream. If I eat ice cream now, it's going to cause my tooth to explode and I'll be in great pain. So I rejoice in that I'm smart enough to look on the positive side. If I'm not eating ice cream, I'm not putting extra calories into my body and gaining weight. So as much as I like ice cream, I'm happy my tooth is stopping me from eating it. Now, once my tooth gets healed, that's another story. But so that's looking for the positive in a negative situation. Okay, question 11.
Name the 3 things that act against the perfection of effort and describes them briefly. The three things that act against the perfection of effort are laziness, which is attraction to pleasant feeling of sloth. Even like feeling not feeling to do it, something like this, or like wasting time in some meaningless activities. The second is an attraction to improper activities. It might reflect to the 10 non-virtues. And the third one, the feeling of being discouraged, of thinking to yourself that you cannot accomplish things. So we should believe that we can accomplish things if we put efforts in doing it, at least to some extent.
Right. So all the perfections take effort. And the perfection of effort, perfection, exemplifies that. But it's joyous effort. It's not the perfection of effort, it's perfection of joyous effort. Learning to rejoice, be happy for other people, and dedicated. And that's gonna, instead of being, see someone doing really well, instead of being jealous of their abilities, you rejoice and you think, well, if they can do it, I can do it. I'm not going to get discouraged. Okay, next question.
Number 12 gives a definition of Buddha nature, names the two main types, and give one example of each. Okay, the two main types are the innate Buddha nature and the Buddha nature which requires development. The first turn into the essence body of the Buddha, and the second turns into the mind and the physical bodies of the Buddha. And Geshe Michael give example with the dog, old dog, and the first would be the emptiness of the mind of all dogs, and example of the second would be the seed for a totally pure state of mind in the mental continuum of the same dog. I think.
Right. No, good. The two main types are the innate Buddha nature and the Buddha nature which requires development. So the first one turns into the essence body of the Buddha, okay. The second one turns into the mind and physical body. So the Buddha nature is something you have that you can give fruition, that you can develop. And that means we all have it, even bugs have it. There's the ability with the right teachings and right practice to become a Buddha. Even dogs have it. Okay, question 13.
Тринадцатый вопрос. Дайте определение врожденной природы Будды, которая является гарантией того, что мы тоже станем им. Затем поясните, почему она дает нам такую гарантию.
Give the definition of the innate Buddha nature, which is guarantees that we will become Buddha, then explain why it provides this guarantee.
И ответ на тибетском ранг шин не рик.
In Tibetan,
И что означает?
and it
Это
means
пустота
it's
и
emptiness,
то, что станет сущностным телом
which will become
просветленного существа.
essence body of the enlightened being.
И тот факт, что наш ум обладает пустотой,
And the
дает
fact that
нам
our
такую
minds
возможность.
have emptiness, and that makes us possible for it to
Если
happen.
бы наш ум не был пуст, мы бы не могли стать таким существом.
If our mind wouldn't be empty, we wouldn't be able to become this
И мы
being.
можем это сделать, если будем создавать исключительно хорошую
And we can do
добродетель.
that. We can make this happen if we only be doing the good deeds.
Right. Good. Okay, question 14.
Процитируйте стих, в котором мастер Шантидева
Quote the
описывает,
verse that Master
как
Shantideva
постепенно
uses to describe how to
привыкнуть
become
к великим деяниям Бодхисаттвы.
accustomed to great Bodhisattva deeds gradually.
Вначале проводник указал нам
The first guide
совершать
showed
акты
us,
даяния
to do the acts of giving.
овощами и подобными вещами.
Start with vegetables and the like.
Когда это станет нам привычным,
when we get used to it,
то со временем
then we will gradually,
мы сможем даже отдать нашу плоть.
we will be able to give away even our flesh.
Oh. Yeah. Giving vegetables and like the important thing is to not give, to make sure you don't regret giving something. That's if you can develop the ability to give something away and not regret it, it doesn't matter how big or small the thing is. It's if you give it away, you give it with joy and it's gone. And you're hoping that it's helping the other person become more happy. But you don't give away your car. Well, if you're going to give away your car, do it with joy and no regret. Okay, number 15.
Oh, it's mine. What are the two things which, according to Master Shantideva, cause all our physical and mental pain? The first thing is our tendency to believe in self-existence, me and mine, especially. So it's like grasping to self-existence of ourselves and what belongs to us. And the second one is about bad deeds such as killing and the like. And actually, these two factors are intertwined because, like, when we believe in self-existence of us, we want all good for us, and it develops ignorant desire, and we have aversion to bad things, and it creates ignorant dislikeness. So we can perform some bad deeds, like stealing time or other non-virtuous lying to people to get what we want and to stop making what we don't want. But actually it is done in an ignorant way when we are doing it without wisdom, and when we are forgetting that nothing has any nature of its own.
Right, right. Now, the ignorance of thinking you're self-existent and this is mine, combined with doing a deed such as killing or one of the bad deeds, that causes the whole mess. It causes some your version of samsara is caused by that ignorance. My version is caused by that ignorance. It's so frustrating because it comes from me. Why was I so stupid over all these lifetimes? Well, I was, and now I have a chance not to be, and to work hard to develop the conditions such that in my next life, I can continue to work with wisdom on all the bad ripenings of my past bad deeds. So, yet again, it's all up to me. Okay, 16.
What is Master Shantideva's reasoning for saying that we should be willing to undertake our deeds on behalf of living beings all by ourselves, even if no one else helps us? He says the great majorities of living beings have no idea that all what they should to do, even to help themselves from their at complaint mercy of their mental affliction. And Oh, and we must ready. We do without any helps from anyone else at all, because I heard it's, for example, angry, complain, or a lot of mental affliction. It's people say it's normal for us, but it's not normal. And if people hear it's angry, it's okay. You need angry. It's how I can stop this mental affliction if I say it's normal. And Master Shantideva says a lot of living beings have no idea of it's not normal.
Right, right. That's what's been our problem all along. We've thought it's normal to, we've been brought up by our parents and teachers to think it's normal to have this suffering world. So we need to get past that and use our identification of the things that cause the problems in samsara, and not so much resolve to solve them in samsara, but resolve them in a way to get us out of samsara and along the path to enlightenment. But in order to do that, we have to be sick and tired of what's happening in samsara. We have to develop renunciation. Okay, number 17.
Номер 17. Дайте краткое, конкретное определение медитативного покоя, которое называют шамата
Give
на
a short,
санскрите,
definitive
шаме на
description
тибетском.
of meditative quietude, which is called shamatha in Sanskrit and shine
Шамата — это
in Tibetan.
та однонаправленность ума,
Shamatha is that single-mindedness
которая пропитана
which
необычайным
is
блаженством,
imbued with exceptional bliss,
практикуемой легкости,
of practiced ease,
благодаря однонаправленной медитации на свой
due
объект.
to deep, single-pointed meditation to the object.
Right. So you've reached the point where you can quickly get situated in your cushion and drop right into the practice without having to worry about agitation or
Sorry,
all
I
those things.
don't hear.
You can't hear me? You can hear me, Lydia?
It's something with my internet, sorry. Now I hear.
Okay, so it's the exceptional bliss of practice these. You can easily get into that meditative state, and that's the tool that we use for the answer of number 18. Who's got number 18?
Дайте краткое и
Give a
исчерпывающее
short
описание
and
особого
definitive
озарения,
description of a special insight,
которое на санскрите называется
which is called
випашьяна,
vipassana in Sanskrit,
а на тибетском
and in Tibetan, hlakton.
это та мудрость, которая
That
наполнена
wisdom,
исключительным,
which is full
необыкновенным
of exceptional
практикуемой
bliss,
легкости,
of practiced ease,
благодаря силе анализа
by
своего объекта,
power of the analysis of its object,
которая основывается на
and
покое.
which is founded upon quietude.
Right. So you're using the tool of shine to have the direct perception of emptiness. Boy, someday I'll get there. Number 19.
List the 5 obstacles to a meditative state of mind by quoting the relevant lines from the letter to a friend written by the realized being Nagarjuna. The 5 obstacles to meditation. Restless desire and missing a person or thing. It means that when we want something, we can't stop thinking about it, and when we are even trying to meditate, like it's popping in our mind that we desire some events or some people to behave in some way, or we are missing someone or something in our lives, and it disturbs the lake of our mind. Feelings of malice, and that can be even something not so obvious, but some people living with such kind of feeling for many years, and it can be like even in our background of attitude towards life, and it also will be obstacle to good concentration. Drowsiness and dullness. To stop that, we should refresh our mind, to have enough sleep, and help other people to have a cheerful mind, and develop clarity, help them to have clear, bright mind. Attraction to sense objects. It also can be distraction, because we can't concentrate on the object of meditation, and we are too absorbed by sense experience. And unresolved doubts. It also prevents good meditation, because our mind will ride on those thoughts to come to some conclusion. So we should resolve doubts to have smoother meditations.
Right. We're going through the problems. We need to understand the problems as we encounter them. Otherwise, we just keep perpetuating them. So really work. I'm trying to meditate, but my tremor just gets in the way. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. Okay, number 20.
Master Shantideva described the joys of living in the forest, solitude, and then urges us to spend our time there in the woods, in gentle walks, and through of helping other thought developing their wish for enlightenment. What method do Master Shantideva recommended for the meditation upon this wish? Master Shantideva recommended learn how to treat other as you would treat yourself. Practice exchanging yourself for other.
Well, you do that. You can do the sevenfold, which actually has 8 steps of Manjushri, or you can do Tonglen, taking away someone's pain. So he recommends first the practice of learning how to treat others and ourselves exactly the same. That's something fairly easy for me to think I'm doing now, by trying to make sure when Well, for instance, Lydia asked for a copy of the Abhidhamma Kosha. Now, I could have said, I'll get to it. And that's one way. But if I want the karma to have people answer my questions or my needs right away, then I need to respond to a student's request. And so I did it right away, sent it to her. Now, there's another there's another excuse I could use, and I'd try not to, is you guys are asleep and I can wait until you wake up. So if I'm going to have something you want and it's four in the afternoon when I see your email, I know you're going to be asleep for a while longer, so I can wait to do it later in the day. I don't do that. I like, if I make a request, I really enjoy seeing in my incoming email, the answer to my request or a response to my request. So since I like that and appreciate that, I need to do it myself. And so today was a good example. We needed a letter from Lama Zopa's group, FPMT. I made some donations and didn't have a donation letter, so I wrote them, and she got right back to me next day. Just really amazing. So she said she wanted to know that I'd gotten the letter because apparently they'd sent it and I'd misplaced it. And so I could have waited to tell her thanks, but I told her thanks right away, and I thanked her for her rapid response to my request because she could have waited 3 or 4 days or longer. So it was two good things happened, and it was because I was thinking from the standpoint of it's coming from my karma and my past actions, so I can rectify it and rejoice at the same time. Okay, we're on 21.
Вопрос 21. Как мастер Шантидева обращается к возражению, что нам никогда не
How
научиться
does the
относиться к
Master
себе и
Shantideva
другим
address the
совершенно
objection
одинаково,
that we could
поскольку
never
их
learn to
боль
treat
не болит у
ourselves and
нас, и
others
наша боль
exactly the
не
same,
вызывает боли у
since
других?
their pain does not hurt us and our pain does not hurt them?
И как я поняла, что
It is my
это наша
understanding
привычка
that it's only our habit
концептуализировать себя
conceptualize
как вот
ourselves
только я,
as
только мои
me,
части.
as my parts.
И мастер Шантидева
And
говорил,
Master
что мы также
Shantideva
можем развить
stated
привычку
that we can
концептуализировать
develop
других
a habit
как
of
самого себя.
conceptualizing others as
И тогда
ourselves. And
их боль
then,
будет такой же для
their
нас,
pain
такой же
will
невыносимой.
feel the same excruciating as for them.
Right. I think this is the really key point of perhaps this course. Even though the pains do not touch us directly, we can learn to feel that the pain of all beings are unbearable if we learn to conceptualize all of them as ourselves. So you look and you see someone who's in the war-torn areas around the world, doesn't have a home, doesn't have good water or food or shelter. I'm never going to touch that person. I'm never going to meet him. But I suggest you think of, I could be that person in my next life. I could be that person if the political situation in our country deteriorates any further. I could be the person that's in the airport in Guadalajara when the cartel decides to make a move of some kind, I need to make sure that I'm thinking in each of those cases, it's up to me to generate the karma so that doesn't happen in the future. Okay. Give the two logical, number 22.
Дайте два логических доказательства,
Give the two logical proofs
которые Гьялцабджи создает
that Gyaltsabje
основе
designs
исходного текста мастера
from the root
Шантидевы,
text of Master Shantideva
чтобы доказать разумность сострадания и
to
любви.
prove the reasonableness of compassion and love.
Мне кажется, хорошо будет прочитать стих.
I think it would be nice to read lines from
Рассмотрим
the
боль всех других существ.
poem. Consider the pain of other living
Это верно,
beings.
что я должен ее остановить,
It is right that I must stop it
потому что это боль.
because it is pain.
Она такая же, как пример, она такая же,
It
к
is,
примеру, как боль,
it is like,
которую
for
чувствую
example, the
я
pain
сам.
that I feel myself.
То есть здесь нам мастер Шантидева и Гьялцабджи говорят о том, что
Gyaltsabje and Master
чужая боль
Shantideva
это как наша
stating
собственная боль.
that others'
И
pain is the same
другие
pain as
существа тоже не
ours.
хотят эту боль испытывать,
That
так же,
all
как и
other
мы.
beings,
И
they
нам
don't want
нужно
to
им
feel the
помочь.
pain as us, and we need to help
И
them.
Right.
Вторая часть.
And the second part,
Рассмотрим то, что приносит счастье другим живым
consider the
существам.
things that bring happiness to other living beings.
Это верно, что я должен работать
It
над
is
его
right that I must
осуществлением,
work to bring them
потому что
about,
каждый человек — это
because
живое существо.
each person out there is a living being.
Это подобно тому,
It's like,
как я работаю,
for example,
чтобы принести счастье своему
the
телу.
way I work to bring happiness to my own body.
Мы,
Right.
по-моему, да, вот это, когда все люди, так же, как и мы, хотят быть счастливыми.
Like I said, like all beings want to be just happy, just like
Как
us.
бы об этом.
I think it's
Нужно
about
помочь
this,
каждому достичь этого счастья.
and we need to
Спасибо.
help them to reach the happiness.
Right.
Thank you.
That says it in a nutshell. Okay. 23.
Write and memorize the two verses in which Master Shantideva identifies the sources of all pain and all happiness in the world. Yes. So I will read them. The total amount of happiness that exists in the world has come from wanting to make others happy. And the total amount of suffering that exists in the world has come from wanting to make yourself happy. What need is there for many words? The children of the world work for their own sake. The able Buddhas do their labor for the sake of others. Come and see the difference. So in our daily activities, we should more focus on needs of other people and serve them. And if we want happiness for ourselves, we need to bring that happiness to other people first. And to become Buddhas, we should do as many ways, in different ways, serving other people, serving their needs, and to make them happy, and that will develop our skills of serving other beings and to make them happy, and it will help us to achieve Buddhahood and ultimate happiness automatically.
Well, it's like the old adage, practice makes perfect. Practice being children of the world that don't work for their own sake. Practice being children of the world that are thinking of others at all times. Okay, well, 24.
What is the greatest single demon of all, and what metaphor does Master Shantideva use to describe it? The greatest single demon is when we care or for yourself, about care for yourself, not other people or living beings. And Master Shantideva said it's like burning coals. We hold them and don't let go, and burning our hands in the process. And I do Tonglen, but without rose and diamond. I think in my body it's a little ego, and I kills my ego and take all sufferings, all living being.
Okay. Good. Okay, next.
Ага. Следующий вопрос, 25. Что имеет в виду мастер Шантидева, говоря, что нам следует
What does it mean
практиковать
when
поведения
Master
по
Shantideva
отношению
says
к
that
тем,
we should
кто
practice three
выше
attitudes
нас и
towards
ниже нас?
those who are higher than us, same as us, and lower than ourselves?
Здесь имеется в виду то, что мы боремся с теми, кто наравне с нами.
It means here that we fight with people who are equal to us.
Мы завидуем тем, кто выше нас.
We're jealous those who are higher than us.
И у нас есть гордыня, и мы можем унижать тех, кто ниже нас.
We have a pride and we can be condescending to others.
И мастер Шантидева говорит, что нам
And
нужно
Master Shantideva stated
себя на место других,
that we need to exchange ourselves to others
и чтобы посмотреть, как это неправильно и
and to see
неприятно ощущается,
and
когда
how it is
тебе
wrong.
завидуют, с тобой
It
борются,
is
или за тебя
unpleasant to
принижают.
feel when somebody is jealous of you, who is treating you condescendingly and looking at you with pride or inferior to you.
Right. Well, I think we need to look at how the six poisons really permeate our lives, and how the six perfections counter that. But we spend more time thinking of the bad than we think of the good. So knowing we have the tools to fight these attitudes, knowing we have the tools, we need to use the tool. We really need to use the tool. And that's what I love about the Guide to Bodhisattva's way of life. They're teaching us how to use the very tools we're being given. Okay, 26.
Какой ответ дает мастер
What
Шантидева тем, кто
answer
жалуется,
does Master Shantideva give those who
хотя
complain
они и работали
that
ради других людей долгое
although they
время,
have worked for other people for a long time,
они так и не увидели никакого результата
they
в
have
своей
not
собственной
seen
жизни.
and they have not seen any result yet in their own lives.
Мастер Шантидева очень резко
Master,
отвечает.
Master Shantideva
Говорит,
gave a very sharp answer.
если бы вы на самом деле занимались
If you would
практикой обмена себя на
actually
других раньше,
engaged in a practice of exchanging ourselves and others earlier,
то для вас сейчас было бы невозможно находиться в
it
этом
would be
состоянии
impossible
страдающем.
for us to be in this condition, in this suffering condition now,
Вместо того, чтобы
Right.
наслаждаться просветлением.
instead of enjoying enlightenment.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're facing in this life all the mistakes we made in the last life. But by not making the same mistakes in this life, we're mitigating and getting rid of the problems for the next life. Well, that brings us to the end of course 11. I'm proud of all of you for sticking with it and get the homeworks and quizzes done. And the final, before we dedicate, well, let's dedicate and then
Oh,
we'll go
there
over.
is one question. Should we finish with one more
27.
question?
There's one more question. Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I didn't scroll all the way down.
Да,
Thank
он
you.
не посмотрел до конца. Еще один вопрос у нас есть.
27. What, according to Master Shantideva, is the inevitable result of caring closely and serving this body? The more we serve it, the more sensitive it becomes. For example, rich people who have the money to care closely for their bodies get more and more sensitive to minor problems physically. And I started to contemplate about these thoughts, and I observed that I really was hooked to the cosmetics industry. There are so many different remedies for skin, for hair, for balm for lips, which could be not which are not necessary to keep my body alive, but they are solving some minor issues, and it is advertising as something that is useful and you need to have it and etc. But actually, after thinking it, maybe it's kind of distraction because we can handle even without it, and not to develop this tendency to be oversensitive and etc.
Right. If you look at the advertising industry, there is so much that is unnecessary, but we're led to believe it is necessary. So the more we serve, care about our body in an ignorant way, you get more and more sensitive to minor problems physically that you feel you need to solve, because samsara tells you you've got to be at this weight or wear these clothes or have this kind of car. And so what we have to do, as we have more and more time to care closely and worry about serving this body, that we're doing it from a wholesome standpoint rather than meaningless activities. Okay, so now we're at the end of course 11. Okay, let's dedicate. O Gurus, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, please listen to what I now say. Just as all the previous Sugatas generated the mind of enlightenment and practice in accordance with Bodhisattva precepts, so shall I too, in order to benefit all that lives, give birth to bodhicitta and follow its precepts. By the pureness of the power of my intentions, by the power of the blessings of those gone thus, by the power of the realm of emptiness, may all the goals that I may have and all my wishes, whatever they may be, come true with perfect ease. In all my lives, may I never live apart from my perfect lamas. May I bask in the glory of the Dharma. May I fulfill perfectly every level and path and reach then quickly the place where I become myself, the one who holds the diamond. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't ripening right away and quickly for you. But really, really appreciate the gift that Geshe Michael has given us with these teachings. They're extraordinary. And we can learn from them and practice. And it's mind-boggling. What a gift. Okay, let me see. I saw somewhere my, there it is. Teaching schedule. Let's see. Okay, course 12. I have course 12 starting on April 2nd. Is that what everybody has? Okay. That's my lovely wife's birthday. She was lucky not to be born on April Fool's. Okay. Well, I'm going to miss you guys. Not sure what I'm going to do on my Mondays and Thursdays now. Actually, I know what I'm going to do next week. I'm going to get my root canal done. But get your homeworks done, get everything handed in, and we'll see you all. Some of you will see in the Course 16 review. And so, okay. Love you. Take care. Be careful. Practice what we've been teaching. And I look forward to seeing you in about a month or soon. Some of them I'll see sooner. And Manuela, if you need to have a teacher come to Germany to teach the death meditation or to do it via Zoom, my wife and I can easily take that up. The death meditation is one of my favorite courses because it's so applicable, especially if you've had someone die tragically in your life. That really helped me get through it. So, okay.
Thank you, dear Lama, for teaching. Thank you. Please stay.
You're welcome.
Stay.
Well,
Thank you.
it's my intent. Okay.
Thank you very much
you
for
so
the
much.
Lama.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Благодарю, Лама Сумати.
See you.
Thank you, Lama Sumati.
Thank you, Shinar, for translating. Thank
You're
you all.
welcome. Thank you. Всего доброго.
Thank you all for taking the class and
Спасибо всем, кто
helping me.
проходили
I
эти
appreciate it.
занятия и что помогли мне преподавать. Спасибо. Я очень благодарен, очень признателен.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Спасибо за перевод.
Мы сделали это, ура! Дашенька, спасибо тебе большое за все. У нас запись еще идет?
Нет, я выключу. Подожди, сейчас
А,
проверю. Что-то... Аня.
Аня записывает.
Сейчас. Аня.